Hey everyone, Kelly here. Thanks for joining me. And for my viewers who have stuck around with me while I've been absent, I've been gone for about 2 months. And I thought I would catch up because I've been very busy. It may look like I've been slacking and I haven't been on the channel and I haven't done anything, but I've actually been really busy. So I started out the year, if you remember, I was planning to do like a weekly sketchbook thing, where I would work in my sketchbook and share that with you weekly-ish. But then in February, I found out that my art was going to be on the cover of the Johnson County Library Summer 2025 Guide. And boy, was I excited about that. And along with that, they asked me if I would like to have a solo exhibit at one of the library branches. So from May 1st to August 17th, yeah, I picked it up on August 18th, I had 6 walls at the Cedar Row Library in Roland Park, Kansas, and which it's just a darling small library. And the staff was amazing, so helpful, so kind, and really just awesome experience, really awesome. But when I found out in like February, I had until the end of April to get more work to fill up those 6 walls. So I spent most of my time making that art. And I'm going to stop here a minute and gather my thoughts because there's a lot to this and I want to get it right. So hang on a minute while I gather my thoughts. And look, I even made note cards so I would stay on track. I know myself very well. Let's see. Okay, my friend Justin Canja. He's my friend. He's a mentor. And he's a very up-and-coming artist in Kansas City. He is the curating artist in residence at InterUrban ArtHouse in Overland Park. And while he was helping me curate my work for this show, he was working on 7 shows of his own. Now, they weren't all, so he and his husband had one huge major show together that they were preparing for, but he had several other shows going on, 6 other shows where he was preparing for, and he just is. I'm going to put a link in the description to Justin so you can see what all he does. He's the guy who helped me, and I'm forever grateful because he's extremely prolific and way busy, and I'm sure I seem like a slacker in comparison, but I was actually learning a lot during this period of time, which he really helped and guided me through a lot of it. He hung the work for me. He helped me figure out what work should go in the show, how to group it together, how to display it on the wall, and he made it he helped to make it a very positive experience. So that's what I was doing until May, and then I had kind of a down period, and I found out that it's very common. It's actually a phenomenon, and you don't have to be an artist to experience it. It can happen after things like planning a wedding or a humongous project at work, where most of your time and energy and emotion is spent preparing for this event, and it's over in a day, and then you're kind of, you just kind of shut down for a little bit. So I did for probably, if I'm being honest, probably about a month. I didn't know what to do with myself, and now I'm going to stop for a minute because I want to get to the next part, and I don't want to miss anything because it's important, or it feels important. I guess basically what I want to tell you about that is if you have a big project, expect it. If you're not already on to the next project, you're going to probably experience sort of a little bit of the blues, because all that time that you were spending before is empty now, and what did it all mean? you know, and it takes some time to process all of it. But I did. I took some time to process it, and then I started thinking about what I wanted to do next. And I thought that I wanted to do a watercolor, like a beginning watercolor class, because I have friends at the art house at Open Studio who are like, I would really love to do watercolor, but I don't, you know, I'm already invested in oils or acrylics or whatever it is they're doing, and they don't want to spend a bunch of more money. So this class that I was planning started to think, also think along the lines of color theory, because if you just have 3 main colors and maybe a neutral tint or a black, anyway, I was thinking about planning that, and I actually worked on gathering the supplies for that and the materials, and I ended up not doing it yet. It's on the back burner. All that preparation has not been wasted, but I took time to do that. And then I started working on a bookbinding class. And I had a bookbinding class, and it worked great. And while I had my bookbinding out, I made a few books for some 6x6 books and for a fundraiser that happens in October at the Art House. And I decided to make a few more because people were asking about them. Could they buy them? And normally I don't make sketchbooks to sell, because even if you make them and don't sell them, you're not going to save any money making your own sketchbooks. It's expensive. But if you like to bind books and you enjoy doing it, it's a labor of love, and it's another expression of art. So, but selling them and not selling them for, you know, only what I have in them and not including my time, would be expensive. So I made these little 6x6 ones, and some of the end papers go just here, and some of them go all the way across. It depends on the repeat and how much paper I have, because I like to make sure that they look the same on both sides and that the pattern isn't in a wonky position. You know, that it makes sense where you place it. So I've got 3 different ones. They're all a little different. So I will be putting these on the website, but this is, I'm not sure that this isn't my favorite one, and it surprised me. It's a sky blue, and these have Saunders Waterford 90-pound watercolor paper in them, cold press. And a lot of times when I make my own sketchbooks, I put 140-pound paper in there, but I make bigger sketchbooks, like 9x12 sketchbooks. These are small, and the 90-pound paper is so perfect, and the Saunders Waterford paper is wonderful for that. So anyway, if you're interested, they will be on my website. And I also made some earrings. These are watercolor. Oops, they're watercolor artwork on earrings. It's not paper, but I don't see why you couldn't do it on paper if you wanted to. This is a special shrinky dink material. Anyway, I was able to watercolor on it and shrink it down. So that's another thing that I did while I was not doing YouTube, was I was taking some business classes at the Art House, and one of the classes is on how to know your worth and price your work appropriately, and when you're getting started selling, and you don't already have a name for yourself, one of the suggestions is to not sell your work for less than what you have put into it to get it sold, but to make artwork that is accessible to other people. Other artists don't always have a place to hang art on the wall. They may love your art, but you know, I'm an artist too, and all my walls have my artwork on them because I have to put them somewhere until they're sold, right? So they're in the I don't have wall space to hang artwork. And so I really appreciate being able to buy works of art from my friends, original works of art that I can wear or do in some other way. And it's also something you do and make the price accessible to a lot more people who maybe are just beginning to collect artwork and they don't really know what they're doing, but they like art. And until they know what they want to do, how that works, they're not going to spend $500 or $1,000 on a painting that they don't have place for. So anyway, that's one of the reasons I made the earrings, was to try that out. I haven't got it on the website yet, but I will soon. All that stuff takes time to do, plus all the business aspect. And speaking of the business aspect, I had to write articles of organization for my LLC during this time because I got paid and the check was made out to my business. And in Kansas, you don't have to write articles of organization for your LLC if it's like a single manager LLC, which mine is, because I am the organization. But fun fact, if you want to open up a bank account, you have to have them. The bank wants them. So I had to do that, and I didn't know how to do it. And it is a legal document, so I had to research that. All this stuff takes time. So dispel yourself of the romantic notion that being an artist means you get to just make art all day, because no. No, that's not true. And I'm finding that out. And I think I knew on an intellectual level, but I don't think I realized on a visceral level what it was going to feel like and look like and actually be like. But anyway, I think that's it. Did I get through everything? Let me look at my cards for a minute, you guys. I'm sure there's more that I didn't put on this, but they're smaller things that, life things. But, so I guess one of the things I would like to tell you, if you are an aspiring artist or you're an artist working on your career and you think that nothing is happening, I've been making art for a long time, and I just got connected with a nonprofit in my area that happens to just be amazingly wonderful, and they have helped me tremendously. And I think that that's a good place to start if you are trying to get in there, and it's going to take some time, but eventually you'll get a little bit of traction. Just keep working, do the work. And anyway, for those of you who've stuck with me this whole time, I just want to say thank you so much, because I know it's been a long absence. But I'm going to try and be more present. I'm not going to make any promises, though, because things happen. Life turns on a dime. But I do appreciate you very much. And let me know in the comments if you have any questions or if there's anything you'd like me to cover about getting started in an art business. Beginning to get involved in your art community, and I'll answer whatever questions you have. In the meantime, I'll see you later. Smooches. Bye.